Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. This is the discussion or lecture, online lecture on topic number 4 for my subject, Islamic Work Ethics. And the title for this particular topic is Theoretical Framework of Islamic Work Ethics. At the end of the class, at the end of the reading, you should be able to explain the theoretical framework of Islamic Work Ethics and also its importance. Next, at the end of the class, I hope that you can understand the related elements which construct the 4 cardinal concepts of number 1, effort, number 2, teamwork, followed by transparency, honesty, and the last one is morally responsible conduct, trustworthy. To talk about theoretical framework of Islamic work ethics, I referred to several past studies, several theories and also scholars, and I concluded that there are 4 main types of elements which constructed theoretical framework of Islamic work ethics. Among others are number 1, effort, followed by trustworthy, transparency, honesty, and also teamwork. We move on to the first element, which is effort. Effort in Islam is held in the highest regard. Islam encourages humans to acquire skills, experience, competencies, and technology, and also highly praises those who do their utmost, those who do their maximum in order to earn a living. As stated in Al-Quran, whoever work righteousness, man or woman, and has faith verily to him, will we give a new life, a life that is good and pure, and we will bestow on such their reward according to the best of his action. Surah An-Nahl ayat number 97. Thus, the Islamic work ethics views dedication to work as a virtue. Islam emphasizes that the exerted effort of an individual should be linked to the conceptions of itqan, istiqamah, and tawakkul. Itqan means knowledgeable and conscientiousness in all endeavors. Islam encourages all its adherents to acquire the necessary ilm before executing any action or work. According to the saying of Imam Shafi'i, not Rasulullah SAW here, according to the saying of Imam Ash-Shafi'i, Man arada dunya fa'alayhi bil'ilm, wa man arada al-akhirah fa'alayhi bil'ilm, wa man aradahuma fa'alayhi bil'ilm. Whoever wish for the world need to have knowledge. Whoever wish for the hereafter need to have knowledge. And whoever wish for both dunya wal akhirah need to have knowledge. Knowledge is not simply a case of the what, but also the skill required to perform the task. Itqan also requires man's effort to discover Allah's reward. And in this regard, Rasulullah SAW propagated that to ponder for an hour on the obvious greatness of Allah and His creation is better than praying the whole night. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. When we talk about istiqamah, it means consistency and passion for excellence. Islam admits excellence as a virtue and encourages its adherents to excel in everything that they do. As Rasulullah SAW advised, Allah loves that when anyone does a job, he does it perfectly. Therefore, as a good Muslim, we need to always feel obliged to put in extra effort, optimum time, and also interest so that we could provide more than what is minimally required by Islam. Furthermore, istiqamah also requires the Muslim to be patient while undertaking any task or job entrusted to them. According to scholars, patience has 2 aspects. The first one is mental patience, which is restraint on demands of desire and anger. Mental patience is required in controlling anger and greed for wealth. Secondly, bodily patience, which is endurance of physical pain felt in performing devotional or non-devotional acts. According to scholars also, patience can be divided into 3. The first one is patience in carrying commandments and ibadah. The second one is patience in avoiding maksiat. And the third one is patience in facing difficulties and hardship. The next conception which constructed effort is tawakal. It means surrendering oneself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is indeed one's ultimate effort after itqan and also istiqamah, as Allah commands us in Al-Ma'idah ayat number 23. But on Allah put your trust if you have faith. However, the concept of tawakal must be incorporated with itqan and istiqamah as well as dua. Tawakal will guide man to accept virtuous or deficient consequences positively as a result from his endeavor. This is also included of husnuzon rather than having su'uzon towards the faith, towards Allah, towards whatever we face every day. So the concept of tawakal infuses the spirit of perseverance in all work, which in turn ensures the excellent quality of one's effort. We move on to the second cardinal value of the theoretical framework of Islamic work ethics, which is teamwork. All Allah's creations are for the benefit of human beings, but every human being is blessed with different levels of bounties. This will lead to dependency of one individual to another. So it means that some of us will be a rich person, some of us inherited a lot of money from the father, mother or ancestors, but some of us are so poor. So these differences will lead to dependency of one individual to another. It means that the richer person will help the poorer, while the poor person will rely on the assistance from the rich. So teamwork is strongly recommended in Islam, so that they can help each other in fulfilling the needs in this world and also in the akhirat. As Allah said in the Al-Quran, Al-Zukhruf, ayat number 32, and we raise some of them above others in ranks so that some may command work from others. Competition in teamwork must be executed fairly, justly, and honestly, and can be realized through the implementation of the concept of mu'awana and shura. So when we talk about teamwork, again, we need to look into the conception of giving and taking. Give and take. So those who have the power, those who have the capability and capacity, you must give. And those who are having the weaknesses, who have the deficiencies, you must ask for help. So this is the conception of teamwork. Give and take. Okay. Thus, Islam encourages competition among men in preventing immoral actions as well as inciting virtuous actions in his workplace. This task can be effectively and efficiently performed by imposing the spirit of ukhwah or brotherhood as declared by Allah in Al-Quran, Al-Hujurat ayat number 10. When we talk about adl or justice, it means the rendering of trust where it is due. Islam demands human beings to uphold justice in every action as declared by Allah in An-Nahl ayat 90. Allah commands justice and doing of good. In Islam, justice is prevailed in promoting positive virtues like honesty, moderation, and generosity, as well as prohibiting evils like eliminating bribery, greed, and extravagance. Thus, Islam prohibits zalim, that is the opposition of adl. The Prophet warned about doing zulm, as Rasulullah said, beware of injustice, for injustice will be equivalent to darkness on the day of judgment. Next, the conception of ihsan, which refers to the right action, goodness, charity, and proficiency. Other meanings of ihsan can be extracted from the sunnah, whereby the Prophet was asked, "Then tell me about ihsan." Rasulullah replied, "It is to worship God as though you are seeing Him, and while you see Him not yet truly, He sees you." Narrated by Muslim. Ihsan will educate men to voluntarily sacrifice extra effort, extra time and wealth, as an additional to the compulsory requirement in rendering the rights or trust. In turn, it will enhance productivity. And then in the essence of teamwork, the conception of shura is there. What is shura? A mutual consultation, which refers to a collective mutual consultation and empowerment. Allah SWT mentioned in the Al-Quran, in Ashura ayat number 38, those who hearken to the Lord and establish regular prayer, who conduct their affairs by mutual consultation, who spend out of what we bestow on them for sustenance. Hence, shura in team building refers to participative workforce molded in the spirit of oneness. This is the conception of all for one and one for all. Sharing power, respect, and trusting one's competency, strengths, and reliability, which in turn enhance creativity among the members in the team, innovation, and passion for improved quality and productivity. Next, we move on to the third element which constructed the theoretical framework of Islamic ethics, which is transparency, honesty. When a thing is transparent, like a piece of glass, you can see something through it very clearly. You are able to describe the thing you see in almost a complete detail without a miss. In the context of behavior, transparent could be interpreted in many ways. One important attribute of transparency is for sure honesty, as Allah said in Al-Quran and instructed us to be honest in any sort of dealing. O ye who you believe, fear Allah and be with those who are true in word and deed. In At-Tawbah ayat 119. Honesty could mean telling the truth, even though it is hard to do. In other words, the person does not conceal everything that should be disclosed. If he has to prepare students' final exam paper, for example, he should not reveal it to the students until the stipulated date of the exam has passed. Another example at our place is a boss cannot simply give consent for his close friends to use the facilities of the office, whereas his other workers were obstructed hardly to utilize the same facilities. So this is not fair and this is not honest. And then when we talk about trustworthy, okay, when we talk about trustworthy, the fourth category of elements in the theoretical framework of Islamic ethics, Allah has appointed man as his Khalifah, vicegerent in this world. In Al-Quran, Allah says to the effect, in Al-Baqarah, ayat number 29 to 30, He is who created for you all that is in the earth. And when thy Lord said unto the angels, Look, I am about to place a viceroy in the earth. So, all the resources, the wealth, and men themselves are amanah for mankind. Man has been endowed with mental and physical capabilities to function as Khalifah. As such, every individual man is commanded to be a trustworthy person. And a trustworthy person is a person who will keep the trust entrusted to him responsibly and faithfully. A trustworthy person is also a self-reliant individual. Such individual will constantly work hard to meet responsibilities. He will perform the task given even with the absence of his superior or employer or manager. His performance of work is not because he is instructed to do so, but merely due to his sense of responsibility. As a worker, his main intention of working is none other but to please Allah. He believes that work is one form of ibadah. He should therefore optimally give his effort and commit to the fullest in order to achieve what we call as mardatillah, the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, I concluded this online lecture by retrieving back the 4 cardinal values which constructed the theoretical framework of Islamic ethics. We need to look into the graphic here. Okay, so number one, effort, followed by trustworthy, and then transparency, honesty, and the last one is teamwork. With that, I hope that everybody will understand the elements which constructed the theoretical framework of Islamic work ethics, and I hope that everybody will stay safe, stay home, kita jaga kita, and pray for the best for our country, for the people, for our religion, inshallah. We need to keep positive, husnuzon, and believe that Allah gave this as a challenge, merely as a challenge, to uphold the value of iman among us. Wallahu a'lam bisawab. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.